Atomica, the two-time Horse of the Year and one of Jamaica's most accomplished locally bred fillies, has officially retired from competitive racing. She is set to begin the next chapter of her life at the YS Stud Farm on Tuesday, September 30th. Confirmation of her retirement came from longtime trainer Gary Subratie, who guided the chestnut mare through a stellar career that included a track record over 9.5 furlongs. Now 6 years old, Atomica is a chestnut mare by Nuclear Wayne out of Honky Tonkville. She retires with a record of 32 starts, including 17 wins, 6 second-place finishes, and 3 third-place efforts, earning just under $32 million. Remarkably, she was acquired at the annual yearling sale for $700,000. Her victories include the classic 1,000 Guineas, the prestigious Jamaica Derby, and 3 triumphs in the revered Jamaica Cup, cementing her legacy as one of local racing's brightest stars. Watch and relive 5 of Atomica's greatest victories.
Field in line for the 2022 running of the BetMakers Jamaica 1,000 Guineas. They're ready. They're off for the Guineas. Nefertari scrambles out at the back. Golden Wattle, drawn widest, gets a good run early and goes for that lead. Our Angel testing Atomica, the big filly, goes right through, and Atomica now gets that lead. Golden Wattle sticking with her on the outside. Our Angel races next ahead of Silent Mission as they make their way toward the final 6. Sunset Silhouette races in behind them, 5 lengths off that lead. Fly Messenger Fly as they leave the 6 in behind with Nefertari. And last of all, and just last, that's Pellicula as the Guineas field go down the far side. Atomica attempts to go all the way, leading up by some 2 lengths. Silent Mission is in second, just over Golden Wattle in third. Our Angel is in fourth, stroking the front 3. Sunset Silhouette races ahead of Nefertari, now asked to go. Pellicula making ground and overtaking narrowly the trail of Fly Messenger Fly as they leave the half mile, and the tempo begins to increase with 7/16 to run. It is Atomica continuing to lead her main pursuers. Golden Wattle on the outside, right there on the inside rail. That's Silent Mission, and that's the way they'll arrive at the 5/16th. But Atomica is cruising. No hands at all being used as they turn into the lane, and Atomica is pressed into it in the Guineas and holds a commanding lead. Golden Wattle is in between horses. Silent Mission is down against the rail, and Our Angel asked to run on, but Atomica is fleet of foot and continuing to pour it on under the hand rider. Quick change of hold, and Atomica is totally out of class. Atomica arrives at the 16th pole. This is the 1,000 Guineas, sponsored by BetMakers, and Atomica romps it and wins by a huge gap. It's tight between Our Angel, Silent Mission, then Sunset Silhouette, Fly Messenger Fly. For the 2022 running of the Jamaica Derby, presented by BetMakers. The starter is ready. The crowd is on its feet, and they're off for the 2022 running of the BetMakers presented Derby, and the filly Atomica gets away well. So too Blue Vinyl as they make their way up now toward covering the first furlong. Blue Vinyl, just the leader, Atomica right there in the center. Over toward the far side, Brinks is running prominently. Monsieur Blue is pasted to the rail. Rainsville, the grey and the yellow sleeves with them at the far side. Prince Sanjay is racing nearest to us. Sunny T and Chippy joining that one. The head cornerstone toward the back, and last of all, it's Rumpuncher. But they pass us for the first time and make their way now toward the mile, and Atomica gets the position she wants. She leads up from Brinks. Blue Vinyl settled just in behind them in third. Sunny T and Chippy is racing off the rail 3 wide. Monsieur Blue against it. Morimoto tucked in between horses. Sunny T and Chippy makes ground just about 5 lengths off that lead. Rainsville the Grey comes next, taken off the fractions. The head cornerstone is a further 2 lengths back. Rumpuncher is next, and the last of all, it's Prince Sanjay, probably outclassed as Atomica runs away now toward the final 6 furlongs. Atomica out in front by just about 2 lengths. making her way now toward the 6. Brinks is chasing 2.5 to 3 lengths back and racing in the second. Blue Vinyl is edging closer as they go past the 6. A gap opens up to Morimoto. Sunny T and Chippy, they're stringing out. Rainsville races in behind him. Then Monsieur Blue in the blue colors. The head Cornerstone races ahead of Rampancha, and Prince Sanjay remains firmly planted at the back. They've left the 5 in the Derby and run toward the half mile. The tempo should now quicken up, and Atomica has the lead. Blue Vinyl has made good progress and is now only a length and a half down as they leave the half mile. A gap of 5 to Brinks looking out of it. So too Morimoto. Rainsville is way behind them with Sunny T and Chippy and the head Cornerstone. Prince Sanjay has made some ground. Rampancha and Monsieur Blue trail the field, but the leaders have left the 3 and come toward the 5/16th, and Atomica seeks her revenge. She holds the lead. Can Blue Vinyl reel her in? Brinks is surprisingly making late progress, but Atomica is into the lane. She has left the quarter pole behind. Blue Vinyl making hard work of it. Over on the rail, that's Brinks and Atomica. She continues to hold the advantage. Dane Dawkins using the stick in the left hand, and now she begins to drift off a true line. Blue Vinyl has to do more. Brinks is over on the rail. It is Atomica. She has had her revenge. She has turned the tables and proves to be the best 3-year-old in the land. Atomica wins it for the Oak Ridge Farms. Atomica wins, and wins handily. Brinks is second. Blue Vinyl is third. The head Cornerstone is they're off for the Jamaica Cup. Fair start. King Arthur gets a good one. The filly Atomica tugging for her head. Blue Vinyl doing the same on the outside. I Am Fred is right against the rail. These are tracked up now by a miniature man racing in behind the front runners. Calculus is kept off the fractions with Crimson on the rail. Hovercraft toward the back, and Classical Orb left all alone at the back as the filly Atomica takes the lead. That's where she wants to be, right on the rail with that lead. Blue Vinyl pressing on the outside. A half a length separates them as they leave the 7 and take to the back stretch. I Am Fred is watching them close enough in third as they run toward the final 6. 2 lengths back to King Arthur, coasting along in fourth. Calculus is a further 3.5 back as they leave the 6. A gap opens up to Miniature Man. A gap also to Hovercraft. Crimson toward the back, and Classical Orb best forgotten. The Jamaica Cup field arrive at the 5, and Atomica now opens up a length and a half. Blue Vinyl trying to stay with her. In behind them, I Am Fred needs to find some 5 lengths to get to Atomica as they charge away inside the final half mile. King Arthur needs to do more running back in fourth. Calculus is with still a lot to do. Miniature Man races ahead of Crimson. Hovercraft has a mountain to climb, and Classical Orb calls a wrecker as they make the way now inside the final 3 furlongs and running toward the 5/16th. It's the super filly Atomica with that lead. She has shrugged off the attentions of Blue Vinyl under a ride. Atomica comes into the lane, and now Dane Dawkins calls for the stick in the left hand. She drifts just off the fence toward mid-track. It is Atomica, the Derby winner, who holds the upper hand. Atomica now, the rider, changing the stick to the right hand. She darts back down to the rail, but she has a commanding advantage. It is Atomica, the nuclear-powered filly, is inside the final 16th. This is the new queen of local racing. Atomica wins the Jamaica Cup by a gap. Crimson is second. Miniature Man is third. Hovercraft looks to be fourth over Blue Vinyl.
And they're off in the third running of the Jamaica Cup. From the fence, Runaway Algo comes out firing, and in hand second is Blue Vinyl, and up to third goes Atomica. Away in fourth is Further and Beyond. Second last early to head Cornerstone, and Miniature Man is last of the half dozen as they charge into the clubhouse turn. The 3 favorites almost 3 in line, with Runaway Algo holding inside position and the lead. Atomica forcing the issue 3 wide, and Patterson has a decision to make on Blue Vinyl. Will he sit or will he go with them? He's going to go with them. So the 3 favorites, they drop the gloves early as they complete the opening quarter. Into the backstretch as one. It's Atomica 3 wide. Blue Vinyl in the 2-path. Runaway Algo pushing along at the inside. These three have opened a big advantage on Miniature Man outside the head Cornerstone and further and beyond. Races between as they head to the 5/8. Atomica takes the lead. She's now a neck in front of Blue Vinyl. They've gone 2.5 better than Runaway Algo. It's a big gap to Miniature Man, who's underway while fourth, then to head Cornerstone. The trailer further and beyond.
As they race away now toward the final half of a mile in the Jamaica Cup, and the battle up front continues. Blue Vinyl now giving way. Atomica asked to pick it up, and Atomica now goes on as they lead the 7/16. Blue Vinyl backing out into second. Runaway Algo needs to find 6 to get to Atomica. A huge gap opens up to Miniature Man, the head Cornerstone, and forget further and beyond as the pace increases at the 5/16. They're coming into the lane, and the super filly Atomica looking to hit 5 from 5. They're coming into it now. It's Atomica. Blue Vinyl throwing down the challenge on the outside. Atomica continues to hold the advantage in the Jamaica Cup. It's Atomica under the left-hand stick, running to the furlong pole. Blue Vinyl drifting off a true line. Atomica continues to run straight and true. A furlong to catch her. Can Blue Vinyl do it? He's the only one who can. They race toward the final 16th. It is Atomica and devastating Dane Dawkins. Atomica, the nuclear-powered filly, will take the third running of the Jamaica Cup by 3 or 4 of a Blue Vinyl. Then Miniature Man, Runaway Algo, the head Cornerstone, and further and beyond yet to finish. They're off for the Jamaica Cup. The head Cornerstone broke well on the far side, and Atomica, the mare, now travels and gets that lead. Tested early by a Julie Run as they make their way now toward the mile marker. Atomica down against the rail. Julie Run almost right alongside. Neo Star is the one picking up on the outside. Fearless Soul races down against the rail. Interesting times ahead, and Fun Car Done races a team. At Atlantic Convoy races in behind them with Rhythm Buzz. Further and beyond in the gold on the outside. Rainsville is there, and the head Cornerstone trails the field as they now make their way over onto the back stretch. Atomica rated on that lead. Neo Star pressing all the while. They've opened up a huge gap. Fun Car Done now will have to try to get to them as they leave the 6. Atlantic Convoy and Julie Run race as a team. Interesting times ahead is racing there. Toward the outside, further and beyond now, accelerating with Fearless Soul. Rhythm Buzz has a lot to find from there. Rainsville and the head Cornerstone are the trailers as they're about to arrive at the half mile in the Jamaica Cup. The tempo should increase, and Atomica now sent through. She leads up by some 3 or 4 lengths. Neo Star continues the chase. Julie Run is asked to close up with Fun Car Done now beginning to accelerate. Further and beyond has more to find, but now begins to go. Atlantic Convoy overtakes a fading Neo Star. Fearless Soul is there, but it is Atomica about to arrive at the final 5/16 in the Jamaica Cup. Can they catch her? It is Atomica. The filly, Julie Run, best of the rest. Fun Car Done asked to kick in on the outside, but down the stretch it is Atomica and Dane Dawkins. Inside the final 3/16, Atomica with the lead. The brave Julie Run now trying to whittle away at it. Atomica out in front. Julie Run begins to get closer. Atomica asked to continue on inside the final 16. Dane Dawkins all over Atomica. Julie Run running her heart out, but Atomica wins the Jamaica Cup over Julie Run, Fun Car Done, further and beyond, and Fearless Soul.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.